Hello everyone, my name is Z, and welcome to the final section of the League of Explorers. Well, technically not, we still have a class challenge or two left to go, but in terms of pure story, we're at the end. This is the final boss. Now, Rafaam appears to have become unleashed, and using the power of the Staff of Origination, he's challenging us to a duel. So, let's get to it. First, let's check out his hero ability. His hero is immune while the staff charges. So basically, I did do a little research because of the last two times I played the game. I ended up having some trouble and took a lot of extra time when I didn't really need to. So I did some research to figure out exactly what his boss battle is about, and I built a deck that will hopefully be very good against him. So let's give it a shot, and I'll show you what the deck is in a second. You can find it on on the Ice and Veins website. And hopefully we'll beat him first try. But knowing final bosses are a pain in the butt. So, pray for an easy win. Expect not an easy win.
I must protect the wild.
So today we've got Malfurion, and we're going up against Rafaam here. I'm going to keep this too because this is good. The whole deck that I built for Druid is basically a Savage Roar deck. We board flood. Hopefully he doesn't clear all our stuff, and when he is not immune.
But we'll have to handle the creature it summons.
Yes, you're right. We do have to handle the creature. He charges. Actually, I'll play that first. That's a better card to play. Living Roots is more flexible. He charges up a staff 3 turns and plays cards during those turns. We can't attack him because he's immune, but what we can do is we can flood our board. And what we're going to do is we're going to... Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I'll take that. And... Is it turn 3 yet? Looks like he's going to coin out a minion. And he'll charge a minion and then summon one of the previous bosses from this game. Sounds fun, right?
Be ready.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to get through that taunt. So we'll have to buff this guy, which is unfortunate because we lose a bit of that board presence. You cannot play that with a target. Oh, right, because he's immune. And we have to keep flooding the board and hoping that we don't lose it. Here comes the first boss. Boom. And look what we got today. It's Arcadus! At the end of turn, some random enemy. A random enemy minion into a 0/2 statue. The good news is that's not terrible.
Now's your chance.
And so now we use this opportunity to basically go crazy. We would normally look for a Savage Roar here, but we still need to flood our board. The good news is an Earthen Statue isn't actually terrible because we have Savage Roar in our deck. But do we need to get rid of him? Maybe we do. But first, let's see what we get here.
Of Lothar's honor remained intact after your scrap.
Wow, that's a great board clear. Look at all these clears that aren't actually useful to me right now. All characters, all enemies is the only really good one. I think we should just attack his face, right? And set up for another boss charging. Now we can't hit him anymore. That's good. Hopefully he draws that card when he is not immune. He's gonna do the easy route. He's playing the board control route. Good thing he didn't get rid of that. That's quite a relief now that I think about it. Lothar, none of this is useful at all. I think we have to... We gotta play this, right? Living Roots. We gotta kill that. If only one of these spells I was getting from this Rummage hero ability. Transform a minion into a 2/1 Pit Snake. Yes! Give me one of these. Excellent. That's fantastic. Now we have an attacking minion. Leroy. Oh, that's great. I'll take that. And hopefully he didn't steal a swipe from me because that would suck. Unfortunately, we can't. So I will trade that in. We don't have anything to play. Discover a minion and gain 3 copies of it. I'll take that. What do we got here? I think we just take the Druid of the Sabers, right? Yes, we do. Just watch this.
Another night on the prowl.
This.
Another night on
this.
the prowl. Another night on the prowl.
And this. And that's what we call awesome board flood. and very efficient mana. So he'll summon a new minion. Who does this guy do? Sun Raider Feryx. At the end of your turn, add Blessing of the Sun to your hand. That doesn't sound good.
None may steal our secrets.
That's great. Thank you. So I believe we do here is we just... Do we do the 3 damage to all enemies thing? I think we do. I think we trade this out, right? Eliminate these. That'll bring him low enough that I can then Savage Roar one of my other dudes. Let's go. And is there anything else I can do? I can look for a second card here. Ysera's Favor. Gain 4 mana crystals this turn. Is that enough? 1 second. Gain mana. This goes here.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
This goes here. This goes there. This goes here. Everything goes face. Yes, it is enough! And this is what the deck is for! That's how it's supposed to work! You flood the board, and then on 1 turn, you Savage Roar and destroy him! Oh, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Thank goodness. Too bad we got a crappy card from that. Eerie Statue is not very good. It's a 4 mana card, but it can only attack unless it's the only minion on the battlefield. The only real good combo you have with it is a silence play. And you don't really want to waste one of your own silences on one of your own minions, unless you absolutely have to. So, avoid it in the arena. It's never used in constructed. Not a great card. Desert Camel, on the other hand, it's okay. It's used in mid-range Hunter. Usually, it pulls out a web spinner or 2 or something like that. And that's not terrible. It's got okay stats. But, once again, that Battle Cry can usually put a Hunter in a good board state. Because he'll get at least some value out of it. Web Spinner, if you're playing Aggro Hunter, Leper Gnomes, stuff like that will always be useful to pull out of your deck. So, pre-draw. We did it! Haha! Oh, we saved the Hall of Explorers, and I think Elise looks pretty grateful. She's decided to join our party, and she's a pretty fun card to have. She's a legendary, and has a standard 3/5 stat split for turn 4, but with an awesome battle cry. It's one of those janky fun ones, and it's actually used in a fair amount of constructed decks. Now, the shuffle the map of the Golden Monkey, you have to know what the Golden Monkey is, so let me explain that to you. The Golden Monkey is a series of cards that is... they get put into your deck, and then you hopefully draw into them until you get the final piece. In which case, if you draw the final piece and play it, which I believe it is called the Golden Monkey. So you get the map, and then that will shuffle the Golden Monkey into the deck, and then you find the Golden Monkey. If you find the Golden Monkey, every card in your deck turns into a legendary minion. Now, most of the time, legendary minions provide value, so there is definitely value to this card. I've seen it use a Control Warrior, Value Paladin, Control Priest sometimes, because those decks play slow enough where if you're running out of cards at the point where you have 5 or 6 cards left in your deck and you're still, the battle's still going on, having those legendaries pop out of nowhere can usually be pretty useful. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get awesome legendaries. You could get terrible ones. And, I mean, some of the legendaries in Whispers of the Old Gods are actually, they're quite horrible. Like, Nat the Darkfisher, Nat Pagel the Darkfisher. That's just, not a great card, right? You don't want to put that into your hand. But, on the off chance you get something really awesome for late game, like Nefarian, Alexstrasza, all sorts of Ysera, there's so many good legendaries too that you potentially draw. So it's worth putting into a deck, and people have judged that it is worth the risk. So it's a fun card to play. And we also grab our buddy here, Archtheme Rafaam, in his Unleashed form too. He looks pretty cool, doesn't he? And he's a fun card. He's very late game, very slow, but very fun. Now his battle cry is discover a powerful artifact. And that powerful artifact is one of 3 spells. They're all 10 mana spells, and they each do something awesome. So, the first 10 mana spell, I believe, is fill your board with 3/3 zombies, or something to that effect. You get an entire board full of 3/3s. If you fill out the entire slot, that's 21 worth of stats on turn 10. That's pretty much value. Like, if that's not value, I don't know what is. Second is buff a minion, give it +10/+10. So Super Blessing of Kings, pretty cool. Great if you already have a board and you're looking for that final push, or for some reason need to make that trade. Most of the time you're going to be hitting face with something if you buff it with 10 attack. And finally, you have deal 10 damage randomly split among enemies. So all the spells do something amazing and it's just fun. Like, you know, it's awesome when you get the opportunity to play that. I picked him up in the arena. I don't think he's really used in constructed, though there are for sure there's probably a couple of janky decks. Once again, they're probably more on the control side, the more slow decks that are able to hold on until turn 10 so you can play those awesome discover spells. So just be careful when drafting him. Understand that he's a slow card and it's not something you want to put in a fast deck. And we're done. I thought that battle was going to be a lot harder than it was, but we ended up crushing him pretty quickly. I think we got lucky on some of the rummage draws. We got that one that allowed us to get a copy of the perfect 2-drop minion. Some people might not be as lucky as that, in which case you might have to try again. But we got pretty lucky there, and I'm grateful. So, now that we've finished the League of Explorers, we've got a couple more class challenges left to do. But, you know, we can safely say that we've cleared it. We've done it, guys. We've helped the League of Explorers acquire the Staff of Origination, and we defeated the ethereal archthief Rafaam, sending him back from whence he came. Well, actually, he's now in my collection, so no, but he's trapped in my book of cards. Still, he's no longer a threat, and we don't have to worry about him anymore, which is great. So, until next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this journey with me through the League of Explorers adventure. And I hope to see you for these Rogue and Mage class challenges, the final ones we have left to do. That will appear in the next episode. Once again, thanks for watching, and get the hell out of my house. So long.